Love smarter, not harder. Today's question. I'm turning 40 soon, and I've always thought of 40 as a marker to my adult life for many reasons, one of which is the ability to have a biological family. It's so much bigger than the number for me, and I'm becoming more depressed. I would love to talk to you about ways to circumvent this feeling and find some hope to grasp for my future despite these lifelong dreams not coming true. Please advise what means would be best to book with you. I do offer consultations on my website, and that's loveandlifemedia.com. So if you want to speak to me directly, you can book a session or a package of 3 sessions, and I'll be rolling out in the next week or 2 group consultations, group support sessions, and that might be something that would be helpful if we have enough people who are going through similar things. We'll pull a group together and start offering those virtually, of course, so we can span the globe. But this is a question I get a lot. It's something that I personally dealt with. I was 40 when I met Dan. I was 40 and a half. So I had these same concerns about life moving in a direction that I didn't anticipate. And how do I maintain my joy and my enthusiasm when the things that I deeply wanted, like a family, like biological children, weren't happening? So I totally resonate with where you are. And I have a lot of content on my podcast, so I want to share those episodes because I think they'll be very helpful for you. Episode 99 is with Melanie Notkin. She's the founder of Savvy Auntie brand, and her book, Otherhood, is all about this. She's now in her early 50s, has not yet met her partner, does not have biological children. This is something that she deeply desired, and yet she lives a very joyful and happy and fulfilled life. So I really recommend you check out her work and our interview in episode 99. In episode 100, I talk about taking charge of your thoughts, taking charge of your life, which is the theme of my podcast. But I speak to what I'm hearing here from you. You've established an understanding of your life such that if things don't happen, and these are understandable to have these desires, it's understandable to want to be a mommy, I get it. At the same time, when we put our joy in something outside, like I have to have my person or else I can't be happy. I have to have children or else I can't be happy. We make ourselves very vulnerable to, if those things don't materialize, to then falling into depression like you are. And so I would encourage you to take a listen to that podcast episode, because I talk about how our feelings are fueled by our thoughts, which are fueled by our beliefs, which are fueled by the meaning that we give. So you're having a meaning of, my life is worthless and not worth living, and I will be utterly depressed if I don't have these things by age 40. And that's a meaning that you're ascribing to your life right now. And the powerful thing that we can do is to tackle that meaning and decide, I don't have to decide. I don't have to see my life as meaningless and worthless and not valuable if I don't have these things. It takes some cognitive work, and I also speak to that in last week's episode, which is episode 107. I provide another framework for doing this sort of cognitive work by Albert Ellis. He's the founder of REBT, Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy. It's my favorite therapy. I do it on myself all the time. That will be very helpful for you as well. It's a way of getting into what's going on with you emotionally and starting to unpack it so that you can get to the place of power. The place of power are the beliefs that you're holding onto. You can change those beliefs so that you can have more empowering beliefs that then help you feel better, help you think smarter and think wiser and more rationally, and then help you feel better. And then I answer this question in a Q&A episode in episode 103. I've actually done this question, a similar question, in another IGTV just a couple months ago, so check that out as well. Also, episode 106 is with Shani Silver. She's the founder of a Single Serving podcast, and she talks about the single life and finding joy and meaning and purpose and validating your own single life, whether or not these other relationships materialize. Again, this is a very, very intense and painful reality for many women, myself included. I would love to speak to you in a consultation if that's helpful, or in the group setting when we get those going. But please, please take a look at these podcasts, or take a listen to these podcast episodes, because really my best recommendation for you is to look at the meaning that you're ascribing to your life as is, and what it will look like if it doesn't include a biological family. And the meaning is where you have the power to change that meaning to bring yourself much more joy. I hope that's helpful.